Hey folks, welcome. Today we're going to be doing a review of my BR18E36 Baileigh powered bead roller. Hey everybody, Jeremy, Fab Time here. Today I want to give you guys a review of my Baileigh BR18E-36 powered bead roller. I've had this machine for about 4.5 years now. It's been really good to me so far. A lot of people have asked questions about it over the years, whether or not they recommend this machine, if it's good, if there's any issues or problems with it. To that I can say no, there's not. I've rolled countless miles worth of beadwork through this machine. It has never given me any problems. The only maintenance, and this is just wear and tear, I assume this would be on any machine with a brush style motor, is the brushes do need replacing after all this use and time. They're about 40 bucks for the set through Baileigh. You might could find some other ones to match up from, Granger Supply or maybe McMaster, or I don't know, any electrical motor supply house or Amazon, whatnot. They're pretty standard looking brushes and this little style motor here. But anyhow, if you need them, you can get them from Baileigh directly. I have yet to order a set because the machine is still running. It just sometimes has a little bit of a slow spot in it. And just a flathead screwdriver real quick, you can see that the brushes are worn, pretty significantly for the amount of use this machine's got. I like this machine because it has adjustable shafts on it, both upper and lower. So you can play with your die spacing to get different profiles. That is accomplished by all of these different thickness spacers that Baileigh sends with the machine. We've got them, I think they're all the way up to, it looks like 1/2 inch, all the way down to about probably 1/16 of an inch. And there's plenty of them that come with it. And so you can offset the profile, or the dies, I'm sorry, to get many different profiles. A lot of times I like to use a tipping die, which is like this. Let me get over here to the camera so you can see it. Oftentimes I'll use the tipping die, which is this one here, with a stepped lower die. And depending on how you space them, you can get greatly different looks, different angle steps based on how close or far apart you put it from the step itself. So that's a pretty cool feature. And especially if you're starting out and you don't have a large variety of dies, you can still achieve a good bit of different looks just with a couple of dies, simply by playing around with the spacing. Another piece I highly recommend getting early on would be a urethane lower wheel. This is very helpful for doing your diamond pleats and tucks, pocketed style beadwork. And what happens is your upper die will, come on focus, there we go. It will compress down into here, and it allows you to track over a previously rolled panel or section of beadwork without crunching it or distorting it like you would if you ran it, if you rolled over, say you put a 1/4 inch round bead in the sheet, and then you wanted to go back over that same bead but in an opposite direction, like an X pattern. You get a real funny little transition and intersection where the two paths cross. If you do the same beadwork on a urethane wheel, you don't have that issue, and it's cool for all your artwork and decorative stuff like that. Obviously some good resources to check out, would be all the Jamie Jordan stuff. He's got a ton of good information out there. I believe he's doing classes now at his own kind of learning, teaching studio spot that him and his wife set up. Really nice looking space. Hopefully I'll get out there sometime and take one of his weekend classes that they're doing. It's really cool. Ryan Sheet Metal Designs out in Texas. He's doing some really awesome artwork stuff as well. A neat blend of styles of print artwork mixed with metal framing and that sort of thing. A lot of good stuff out there from him as well. Dig around and check everything out. A lot of good pages on Instagram. I Love Bead Rolling, of course, is the main bead roll heavy focused page. And check it out. If you're interested in this bead roller, definitely consider it on your list. I want to say I paid around $1,250, something like that for it, give or take a few bucks. Shipping was a bit much because of the weight and the size of the crate. I think it weighed about 200 pounds on the shipping tag. So depending on what part of the country you're in, you may pay a little more or less. I know they offer sales at certain holiday weekends and such, or anywhere from 5 to 15. This weekend, 17.5% off, I think, for Independence Day. So anyway, check it out. It's been a great machine for me. No issues. I've definitely used it, day in and day out over the last few years, and it's worth checking out, especially if you're getting into it and you don't have a lot of money to throw down on some of the other ones. There's some really great machines out there, and their prices range from, a couple $100 for a manual powered hand crank machine all the way up to, I think like the Baileigh bead roller, which is a really, really nice setup, gosh, it's got to be $6 or $7 grand fully optioned out with all the different dies and stuff, and the bells and whistles you can add on. So here's a machine for everybody. This machine has worked well for me, served me good. So anyhow, thanks folks for checking this out. If you have any questions or comments, please leave them below. Be sure to like and subscribe to the channel. Oh, and let me show you my table. I didn't mention that. I built this swinging table here, drilled a hole through the frame, and I've got a little quick release clamp here so I can take it off and the table will just drop down out of the way. Mittler Brothers sells something similar to this. It's a little narrower than mine. And Baileigh also sells a table that just slides in through the throat here and tightens down with some T-handle screws in 2 places. I had that table to start with. For me, where I used to have this machine originally, it was a little cramped to be able to slide the table in and out. So I ended up deciding to go with this swinging version instead. I had some scrap metal. At the time, also, we had the CNC plasma table, so it was real quick and easy to whip this thing up. And for handling big panels by myself, and for you folks too, a table is a must. If you're doing a lot of pieces with a lot of drape or flange work, the table will get in your way. But if you're doing flat stuff like floor pans, firewalls, art pieces and that sort of thing, you're going to want to get yourself a table on there. It's an absolute must. Because sometimes too, if the panel starts drooping over the dies, it'll end up taking on a form that you don't want, simply just because it's hard to handle and feed it through the machine at the same time. So again, thanks for checking this out. You can get me at fabtimenow@gmail.com or here on YouTube and anywhere else this video may be posted. Again, thanks for watching, and I'll see you next time.